Hey guys, sorry I got cut off on this question, so I just erased the last line, and then I'm going to continue now from there. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, so we have the inside bracket, so now we have the outside bracket right here. So we're going to take this 1 and multiply everything in the bracket by 1, and then the second one we're going to take the inside bracket and multiply everything by the 3. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We'll keep our 4 out in front. Open up that bracket. Now 1 times 2x gives us 2x. 1 times negative 5 gives us negative 5. Now we can close that bracket, have our equal sign, and we're going to keep the 3 out in front here, and we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to take this inside 3, multiply it by x, which gives us 3x. And then take that 3, multiply it by negative 2, and you get negative 6. And we're going to close that bracket. Now, we're going to expand again. So now we're going to take this 4 and multiply it by everything inside. So 4 times 2x gives us our 8x. And then 4 times negative 5 gives us negative 20. And then we have equals. Now take this 3 and expand. So 3 times 3x gives us 9x. 3 times negative 6 gives us negative 18. All right, so now we're going to collect our like terms. So over here, this 9x is bigger than this 8x. So I'm going to take this 8x and move it here. So if it's positive here, it's going to turn to a negative over here. And on the same note, I'm going to take this negative 18, bring it over, and it's going to turn to a positive 18. So let's do that. So first things first, I'll bring this 18 over, so it's positive 18, subtract 20, equals, and keep this 9x on this side, but then I'll take this 8x and move it over, so it's going to turn to a negative 8x. I ran out of room, so I'm going to continue it here. So we have 18 take away 20, which gives us negative 2, and then our equal sign. And then we have 9x take away 8x, we are left with 1x, and that is your final answer. So x equals negative 2. Okay. So, for the last question, I don't have room, obviously, because I wrote so much, so I just copy and pasted it on this last side. Okay, so first thing first is we want to find a common denominator. So we have a 4, a 3, and a 2. Well, 4 times 3 gives us 12, and we know that 2 goes into 12, so let's pick 12 as our denominator. Okay, so that means we're going to multiply everything by 12. So first thing first, I'm going to put my 12 out in front, open up my bracket, and I'm going to have 3p divided by 4. Okay, then I have my plus sign. Okay, and now I'm going to multiply this whole term by 12. So I'm going to have 12, and then I'm going to have p minus 5 divided by 3. And that equals, and lastly I have my 1/2, and I multiply that by 12, so 12 multiplied by 1/2. Okay, so now if we're multiplying by 12 and then dividing by 4, so 12 divided by 4 gives us 3. So it's 3 times 3p. Okay, so we no longer have the multiplying by 12 and dividing by 12. Because 12 divided by 4 is 3, so now we just have to multiply by 3. And I have my plus sign. Next one, I have 12 divided by 3, and that gives me 4. So now I'm just going to multiply by 4, and I'm still left with p, subtract 5 on top, because these are now gone. And then equals, and then lastly, I have 12 divided by 2, which gives me 6. So I just have 6. Times 1. Now we get to multiply. So 3 times 3p gives me 9p. And then I have plus, I'm going to have 4 times p. So positive 4 times positive p gives me p positive 4p. Positive 4 times negative 5 gives me negative 20. And then my equal signs lined up, and 6 times 1 gives me 6. So now I can add these two up. 9p plus 4 more p gives us 13p. And then subtract 20 equals 6. And now we want to collect like terms, so I want my p's on one side and I want my numbers on the other. So I'm going to take this 20 and move it over. It's going to turn positive. So I'm left with 13p equals 6 plus 20. So now I'm going to have 13p equals, and then 6 plus 20 gives me 26. I'll just move this over a little bit. And I'll just rewrite it. 13p equals 26. So now we want to solve for p, okay? But p is multiplied by 13, so we have to divide by 13. And if you do it on one side, you do it to the other side. 13 divided by 13 is p. And then 26 divided by 13 is 2. So our answer is 2. Now remember, if I went through anything too fast, pause and rewind it and watch it as many times as you need, because the more you watch it, the more it'll make sense. Okay, so that's the end of today's lesson, and I'll talk to you later.